Hey everybody, it is Sunday afternoon. It's actually a really nice day in upstate New York. I'm taking you guys to my favorite place. This is Tracy's Bits and Bobs. It is on State Route 8 in New Berlin. I will put the exact address in the description, but it is a great place. They are super friendly and there is lots of treasure to look through there. So let's go see what we can find. So even before I got inside, I'd found this little plate outside. It's probably around 1960s, and it's marked HS Italy on the back, and they probably only wanted a few bucks for it, but didn't have a price tag on it. It was a little chipped in one spot, but not like a big deal. And then they have a couple other tables out front with plenty of other stuff that I guess just hasn't gotten sorted into the store yet. So I just took a quick peek through all this, but I wasn't seeing too much out here. But it's always fun to look and see what kind of treasures they have. And then once you get in the door, it's just like there's glassware everywhere, and they have just shelves and shelves worth of stuff. So this is kind of like my favorite shelf section. It's got all the milk glass and depression glass and little bits of art glass. I found this little carnival glass dish, and looked like it was black, but it turns out it's actually purple. So I put that over on the side there. And then coming up to this next shelf, I think there was another piece I found here. Was it this one? A little controlled bubble art glass dish. I wasn't sure who it was by, but it was really pretty. Nice blue color. And this is where you see me start my pile over by the cash register, because I can already tell I'm going to be grabbing a few things. So I set that down. Then I turn around and kind of see a little bit the vastness of what they've got going here. And this was a nice optic vase. I thought it might be by somebody, but I didn't see any marking on the bottom. But I don't think it was an FTD or a Teleflora vase. And then this was a nice heavy vintage ashtray. I think they wanted like $7 or $8 for it. It's probably Chalet glass. I don't think it's Murano. And then over here, this is some Fenton hobnail, little covered candy dish, and they go around $25, but I didn't see a price tag on this one. It's probably under the lid. And then they have a ton of other milk glass. It just kind of goes on, and more glassware. Actually, I have a piece of that pattern in my store right now. I hadn't seen the bigger bowl of it before. There's some pink Tiffin glass there. And then this purple candy jar with the lid. And it was in really good shape. It didn't look even used. And then some clear glass on the end cap. Nice little clear butter dish there. And that bowl on the bottom left, I see that all the time in different sizes. This is Fenton Stippled Ray Green Carnival. It's really pretty. I think $8. It wasn't like too much room for me to make money on it. And then this was such a bright orange carnival, and $10 on that, so not too bad there. And then this is a cute little rooster picture. I think it's Silencia or something like that. I don't see them very often. They had a nice collection of ducks. I don't think any of them were rare or unique. There's pairs of each of them. And then top shelf, there's a pretty swung glass vase there. I wish I'd taken a closer look at that. And they have tons of Avon stuff. And I always look on these shelves to see if I can find that Fastoria American hexagon candy dish. I've yet to find it yet, but if you just wait a second, there'll be Fastoria American. There it is. There's Fastoria American. And I think there's a couple other pieces around in the back there. But some EAPG and cut glass. That is, I forget, but it's not Waterford. It is a nice little ice bucket, though. They have a great collection of figurines and steins, which steins are something I kind of want to start learning a little bit about, because I do come across them so often. I know there's not like a huge market for them, but I know, with everything, there's collector's pieces, so just to learn. And now we're getting into the nitty-gritty of the store. These center aisles are where I usually find most of the goods, other than those first couple shelves that I showed you. And it's like everywhere you look, there's something interesting. I grabbed this, was a nice glass pitcher. I thought it was a coil around the neck, but it's actually 3 ribs. So at first I thought it was a little more modern, and then looked at it again. I was like, no, that might be a bit older. And this I thought might be Bavaria, or, Austria, but it said made in Japan on the back. It was still really good, age. It was nice and old and crackle and nice pattern, really dusty. And then this I thought was something else. I wasn't expecting it to be flashware, and that's when I knew I was confused and just decided to put it back. I was like thinking of something else for sure. And this I thought was like maybe antique milk glass, but when I turned it over, it was Chang He, which is a company that I believe was around in the 70s. And they had stuff like this. And the price point on it, I quickly looked it up, was like, I think 20 or 25 bucks. And they have a ton of the Cape Cod stuff. And you can just see, look at all that treasure. I mean, it really, to go through this store thoroughly, definitely I would say takes a couple of hours. And I was here for maybe like 40 minutes. This was a really pretty vase with a little bit of a landscape on it. And I believe it's Nippon. It had some wear to the paint up at the top. And I've shown these in other videos. I love these sugar creamer sets. They're usually from tourist places. That one didn't have a place name on it, and I wish it had the creamer with it. And then this one, I think it's Little White House or something it says on it. And it does have the creamer. And I do think you could probably take that gold writing off if you really like these pieces. So one of these days I might wind up just snagging a set somewhere and taking the name off. This is Odaguri, I believe. It's not marked on the bottom, but I'm pretty sure I've seen that pattern under the name Odaguri. And then this, there's a little vase in the back that to me looked kind of ancient. It was pretty dusty. I was like, oh, this could be something. And I turned it over and it was Dollar Tree. So, you can get Dollar Tree and just throw some dust on it and you're set. It looks pretty old. These were pretty. I don't know who the maker was. The sticker kind of looked like an artist palette. What else do we have on the shelf? Oh, there's a little picture down at the end that was very pretty. I don't remember if it had a price on it. Oh, it did. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. $5. Again, they're really reasonable here. This wasn't marked, but they're really reasonable here. And sometimes you can put a bunch of stuff together and they'll give you a little bit of a break and they'll wrap stuff up for you. Again, they're really nice people, nice family. And I found down on this shelf is where I found some Murano and some uranium glass. And then across from that shelf, this was a piece of Italian pottery. It's marked Italy on the back. It's a nice divided dish. Good condition. I don't think too terribly old, maybe like 70s or 80s or something. And they had a nice collection of vases up here. I think they're all probably contemporary. I don't think there's like a, ancient treasure. And these things, I think, go with that rooster picture from just a few minutes ago. I think that's part of a set. This was a cute little retro pot. The company I'd never heard of, and I looked them up quick, and I couldn't really find much about it, but still, it was kind of like, groovy looking little pot. And this one was marked on the bottom, but I don't think I was able to make it out. I don't think it was Bill Campbell, though. It didn't look like his scribble. It looks like two names there. So, and then this is Reflections Covered Compote Dish, 1970s. It's a fun pattern. I think it goes with like a lot of different holidays. I kind of like that pattern too. And I've seen these before. I think these are also hobbyist pieces. It wasn't marked on the back, but I feel like, oh no, it was. There was a scribbled name in there, but I don't think it was, anything spectacular. This I really liked, and I looked this over pretty good. I believe they had $30 on it. Nice piece of dragonware. I'm not sure if it was intended to be that way or if it just wasn't finished. But yeah, they had some really nice pieces when I was in here today. And I did have a budget in mind going in, so I do try really hard to stick to my budget. This is a nice piece of stangle. I love this glaze. It also reminds me there's a Delft glaze that's really similar to this, that like turquoise and gold color. But I mean, come on, that's like so classic, mid-century. I love it. So pretty. These were cute little cups that I found. I don't know if these were marked, but $3 for the set. I mean, come on. How cute. What was up here? These were pretty little plates. They were also not marked. $10 for all. And they just had a little floral pattern on them. But some of them had some chipping on them. Ah, wait. Fast Story American again. A little wall pocket. This was marked on the back. I think Robert W. Moore. and he made it in 2007. So that was pretty. It was a little plain. If it maybe had a bit more to it, I might have grabbed it. And that was just a cool little covered dish there. You see, it just goes on and on. Lamp section. They always have a good variety of lamps. They don't have a ton of lamps, but they always have a good variety. And this one definitely caught my eye. Look at this little carnival of fun right here. That thing, I should have grabbed that one, but I did not grab that. And this was a nice celadon vase. They wanted $30 for this. I think that's really pretty. And I really like the cabinet it's into. I looked at it and I was like, wow, I could definitely put some stuff away in here, but I would probably destroy it just using it and figure someone else could get better use out of it. And then this was a gorgeous, like, abalone inlay vase. I think they had $50 on this. It was really pretty. And this is sort of like their Asian themed area. And I found some good stuff in here. I actually have a chocolate pot listed that I found in here that's really pretty. But that's a fun little trinket. So there's a little vase up here that I like too. So, and then going down this way, there was a planter. Yeah. And this wasn't marked, but it wanted 15. And I thought it might be like McCoy or USA Pottery or possibly a hobbyist piece. But I wasn't really sure. And it did have a little bit of a nick there, but nothing major. And then over this way on these shelves is also where I found like some paperweights and art glass. And there's a cool retro lamp. And because it goes into like a little bit of a nautical theme. So you get over by like shells and, you know, bottles and stuff. So that's why I found a couple of paperweights, because they're usually in the shape of fish or dolphins. But there were none here today. Some nice bags of seashells, but no paperweights to speak of. Just more shells and shells. And a shell bowl. So there we have it. That's the shell section. This was a nice planter. It had a depiction of a tablescape on it. So there was like a couple of vases and a sushi plate on it. So it was cool. The mark on the bottom actually was imprinted in wax. It wasn't a regular label. So, and then if somebody can tell me what this is, because I feel like I've seen it before, but I don't remember what it is or know what its purpose is. So if anybody's like, oh yeah, I know what that is, just say so in the comments. I'd love to relearn things. My memory isn't always the greatest. I'm sure I've seen it. And they have a nice collection of artwork. They usually have like some nice embroidery that I've found here, but lots of, you know, kind of Bob Ross style paintings, a bit of Cruel, some paint by numbers, lots of barn stuff. There's some gun dogs. Here's some farmsteads on the bias in case you want to, you know, really jazz up your landscape. You can put it at a 45-degree angle. This was really pretty too, and I want to look this up. I almost grabbed this. Just the quality of the painting was really good. It wasn't, you know, it didn't look crude or, you know, early in somebody learning how to paint. It looked like somebody had been painting a while. And this tray was really cool too, but it actually weighed a ton. And it looks like it weighs a ton. And then the holiday section, I'm just skimming through because there's so much stuff over here. This in itself takes a few minutes. But I figure I'd just show it to you for funsies. That store is pretty cool, right? I love that place. And again, they are super nice. And they're always trying to improve that store. They're always keeping it super organized and trying to get new stuff in. And they're super reasonable on their prices. So if you are in the central New York area, that's what this region is called of upstate New York, it is in the town of New Berlin in Shenango County on State Route 8. And again, I'll put the address in the description. But I'm going to go over with you what I got right now because the beautiful day turned into a rainy day. And when I get back to my barn, you won't be able to hear me over the rain on the tin roof. And there's a little break in the rain right now. So I figured while I'm in the car, I'll just show you what I got quick. So I picked up this hand-painted Italian side dish or condiment dish. I don't know what you want to call it. But it is marked Italy on the back, and I paid $5 for that. Hopefully I'm getting everything in the shot because I don't know. I don't have it in selfie mode. I'm trying to do this like a pro. A little piece of carnival glass. It's purple carnival glass. It's really dark purple actually, and I'm not sure who it's by, but we'll find out. This brown optic pitcher. It doesn't appear to be marked on the bottom, but I'll take a closer look when I get home. And that was, what, $3 for that. And then I got this little art glass bowl, which I hope isn't chipped because I kind of grabbed it quick, but doesn't look like it's chipped, so that's good. And that was $6. And then the last thing I got, oh, if I can do this without breaking it, was this covered glass jar. This is beautiful purple glass. I don't know who it's by. I don't think it's anything totally rare. I'm sure it's a mass-produced thing, but we'll find out. And they had, I think she charged me $3 for this, but my total spend was only 27 bucks. Wait, no, there's no price. Oh, $10 for that. Yeah, so my total spend was 27 bucks, and I almost like decided to put this in the car and then go back in. The only reason I checked out was because I had all this stuff up by the register and I could tell it was getting in the way. So I was like, all right, let me check out. And then she's like, 27 bucks. I was like, my budget was 40. I have like $13 more I can spend. But I told myself to quit while I'm ahead. The weather's about to turn. I'd rather be home once it's pouring. So I got a couple more stops to do today, and then that's pretty much it. I don't know where I'm going next. I might be going down to Long Island next weekend, so I might have some video from there. We'll see. Other than that, thank you everybody who has subscribed so far. This is really cool, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.